Hello techies, welcome to DevOps Lessons. In the previous lesson, we learned about the DevOps concepts and tools using by DevOps engineers. In this session, I will explain you in detail about the popular DevOps tools and their purpose using by DevOps engineers. DevOps teams need to come up with a common tool strategy that lets them collaborate across development, testing, and deployment. I will explain you one by one about the DevOps tools. First one, Jira. Jira is one of the most popular planning, project, management and tracking tool used in DevOps. Jira is an agile-friendly planning and tracking tool which offers Kanban style, Scrum or fully customized boards that shows the progress of each task, the task assignments and the development workflows. Jira is mainly used by agile development teams to customize your workflows, team collaboration, and release software with confidence. Jira software integrates with complex enterprise platforms and is well suited for planning DevOps workflows that require continuous feedback loops, collaboration with multiple project teams, and open communication. By using Jira boards, manager and team members can reflect on status on different assignments, identify workflow bottlenecks, and monitor development progress. Jira can be complemented by the Confluence for optimized assignment management and analysis. Now we will talk about Git. Before understanding about Git, let me tell you about SCM. SCM is an integral part of any development project in the current IT industry. SCM stands for Source Code Management, where storing the work results or code and sharing the details with the colleagues is an essential part. Source code management and version control systems in any project ensure all the members of a team stays on the top of the source code changes. Git is an open source distributed SCM and the most popular software versioning system and the most popular DevOps tool widely used across the software industry. Git works on the client server module, which basically means that there is a central server which holds main repository of code. Code can be downloaded from main repository simultaneously by various clients or developers. Git facilitates teams which are located at geographically different places to collaborate on same project. To integrate Git with your DevOps workflow, you also need to host repositories where your team members can push their work or code. Currently, there are the two best online Git repository hosting services are available. One is GitHub and another one is Bitbucket. GitHub and Bitbucket are the best repository hosting services of Git and the most popular DevOps tools. It is widely used across the software development industry and loved by the open source contributors and the remote team due to its distributed SCM. Git is used by the most popular companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Netflix. Extensively used Git in their CI/CD pipeline. Nothing but continuous integration, continuous deployment pipeline. Next one, Gradle. Gradle is a newer tool growing in popularity due to versatility from multiple languages and faster via incremental builds. It has been adopted by the Google for Android Studio. It is a development tool that allows programmers to create code using C++, Java, and Python programming language. It is an ideal alternative of Apache Ant and Maven. Gradle is supported by the IntelliJ IDEA, NetBeans, and Eclipse as well as used as an official build tool in Android Studio by Google. Apache Ant and Maven dominated the automated build tools market for many years. But Gradle showed up on the scene in 2009 and its popularity has steadily grown since then. While Maven and Ant use XML for the configuration, Gradle introduces a Groovy-based DSL for describing builds. In 2016, the Gradle team also released a Kotlin-based DSL, so now you can write your build scripts in Kotlin as well. This means that Gradle doesn't have some learning curves, so it can help a lot if you have used Groovy, Kotlin, or another JVM language before. Besides, Gradle uses Maven's repository format, so dependency management will be familiar if you have prior experience with Maven. You can also import your Ant builds into Gradle. Gradle is having its incremental builds, saving an extensive amount of compilation time. The performance of Gradle is almost 100 times quicker than Maven. Gradle goes with quicker operations because of its incrementality, build cache, and daemon. The build cache reuses task outputs while the Gradle daemon keeps builds information hot in memory in between builds. All in all, Gradle comes up with quicker shipping and comes with a lot of configuration possibilities. Now, if you see in my Gradle, I have talked about more about the Maven, correct? Now I will explain you what is Maven and what is the purpose of the Maven. Apache Maven is a time-saving automation tool for the building and management, including parallel builds. Maven is a tool for Java-based development. It provides a uniform system and a set of plugins for code builds with the project dependencies and build guidelines that supports DevOps technical practices such as build automation. Maven tool simplifies the build process by describing how software is built and what are its dependencies. A Maven project is configured using a project object model or POM. XML file which describes the build process and the software project. It depends on external modules and components such as build order directories. Maven can dynamically download these external modules and Maven plugins during the build process itself. Maven can build and manage projects on Java, C#, Scala, Ruby, and other languages. Maven is majorly used by Apache Foundation to automate build of some of its large projects like Apache Hadoop. Now, if you see on my screen, they are the most important features of Maven. One is packing the results into RPM, JARs, WARs, and so on. These are all the formats of the builds while you are going to be packing. Another one, compilation of source code. This is the major one which we are having in the Maven. And also uploading the package to remote repositories and running functional tests and unit tests. Now I hope you understand both Gradle and Maven simultaneously. Now we will talk about the another DevOps tool, that is Selenium. This is normally a testing tool, automation testing tool. Selenium is an open source automated testing framework. Selenium is used to automate the testing of web applications. We can define the test in Selenium which we want to test against our application. Selenium can repeatedly apply those tests of our application without manual intervention and generate the reports. These reports can be used by testing individually to see if the application is behaving correctly or not. Selenium is the most popular DevOps tool and specially designed to support automated testing across different browsers. If you see, there are the main features of Selenium. One is, compared to other testing tools, Selenium requires fewer resources. The tool supports varied programming languages such as C#, PHP, Python, Java, and JavaScript. Allowing for parallel testing execution, it reduces test execution time. And also, test cases are prepared using Selenium can be executed on any other operating system. Now, we'll talk about the popular DevOps tool, Jenkins. Jenkins is a popular DevOps automation tool. It's a customizable and versatile open source CI/CD server. It provides proper instructions to the user to perform many of the time-consuming and most tedious tasks. Jenkins is an accessible automation tool that is being implemented by many tech giants. Jenkins is an open source automation server with 1,000 plugins for building, testing, reporting for debugging, and deploying applications for multiple platforms that provide a plugin architecture to support continuous integration and delivery. It integrates with a variety of software tools in the CI/CD toolchain and distributes work across multiple platforms. At present, Jenkins has the capability to deliver nearly thousands plugins. Developers can use these tools to build and test software continuously so that the changes can be integrated and users can get fresh builds, that is, updated versions. Now, the features that allow Jenkins to be the best tool are streamlined installation procedure, easy setup and configuration through the web interface. Jenkins has the support for build pipelines, iteration and deployment of fresh code that can be done in quick manner, performs as constant delivery center for multiple projects. It runs seamlessly on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Jenkins tools allows for plugins, integration or customized configuration, monitor execution of repeated tasks, and finally integrated project changes that can be finding the issues very quickly. That's the reason Jenkins is very popular in DevOps and the IT industry. Now we will talk about the Docker. Docker is one of the most popular which has containerization technology. It's a platform which helps engineers who want to assemble and build and run any application anywhere. Docker automates the efficient and scalable deployment of the application with containers, specific bundles of an application with libraries and configuration. Containers consist of all the applications with all of its dependencies. These containers can be deployed on any mission without caring about underlying host details. Containers can be a .NET application or a website along with its dependencies like .NET or LAMP stack in the case of the application development. These containers are used to automate the deployment process of application in production and non-production environments. Docker gets your application to build, manage, and secure at any place. And the foremost thing that the Docker is considered as one of the best is its dependency management. Dependency management moves up with the approach of assimilating the whole dependencies within the application container and delivered as a single unit. This flexibility allows for the execution of the application or any platform in a more streamlined manner. Docker integrates with Jenkins and Bamboo too. If you use it together with one of these automation servers, you can further improve your delivery workflow. Besides, Docker is also great for cloud computing. In recent years, all major cloud providers such as AWS and Google Cloud added support for Docker. So if you're planning a cloud migration, Docker can ease the process for you. The result is that more applications run on less hardware in multiple environments, attractive for both developers and clients. All kinds of business like PayPal and Uber use it. Now we will see what are the main features of Docker. First one, built-in support by AWS and Google Cloud. Docker contains or platform independent with a virtual machine environment. It supports all new and existing applications. Automated and secure supply to decrease time to value. Next one, Kubernetes. Kubernetes is an open source container orchestration tool that is designed and developed by Google. Kubernetes is originally written in C++, but later it's gone to go long ways for the automating deployment, scaling, and management. Kubernetes is a container-centric tool which can work with the tools like Docker. Whereas cloud providers offer platforms based on Kubernetes or an infrastructure as a service environment on which it can be used. Kubernetes is a popular open source platform enhancing the performance of the containerization. Resolving the complexity involved in handling many containers, Kubernetes is one of its continuous development and reaches to the superior phase of popularity. Kubernetes is used in continuous deployment and auto-scaling container clusters. It increases fault tolerance load balancing in a container cluster. Kubernetes uses YAML file to maintain a desired state of cluster. For an example, in case of one of the pod is serving more requests than the other pods, then it automatically distributes these loads to other pods. In case of machine fails, then it can configure the other pods to replace its place, hence ensuring fault tolerance, load balancing, and high availability in a cluster. Kubernetes is used in high-performance data centers like that Google, Facebook, and Amazon Web Services.